again, everybody. I'm just kidding. This is our inaugural podcast called Skokie Kids. It's an in-depth view of all those little things about Skokie that we all love. I'm with Dave Allen, who's sporting the field, and Todd, who's just a suburbanite, and me. I'm going to probably head off and head to Wrigley, so I'm going to get on this A train. Or was it the B train? I forget. Or both.
B train. Originally, originally Addison was only a B stop.
Right. I think they made it AB because the.
You have your transfer?
And
So,
with the
green.
the hole punch.
Yes.
oh, that's right. Well, I never.
Yeah, my dad had the transfers in his coat pocket every day coming home from work at 180 North Michigan.
Do you have a Sharpie to write in the new times and dates? Anyway, interestingly enough, Dave is wearing a T-shirt with the Rexall drugs, and I'm partial to Rexall, but I thought I'd ask you guys what your Skokie drugstore of choice was, because there were a plethora from Muskets to Dabs, Rexall, and then what was the other one? There was another one.
There was also like wasn't there Gordon's Drugs also on Oakton? I think was another.
There was that, or if you just wanted to buy drugs at Happy Foods in the parking lot, you could talk to Nunu, and he would. Aspirin to.
Hey, come on! What are you gonna play me like that? No.
There was the growing up in the north side of Skokie. We had the Walgreens in Old Orchard, but there was also a drugstore next to the professional building, which
Was?
yeah, it became a deli after that. All that was torn down.
Deli.
You guys remember that? Yeah.
No.
I remember Boudin's, and I mean, their food was
yeah, not to be confused with the Boudin's in the south end of the mall with pizza bread and the Italian stallion.
That was what I meant.
Yeah,
Right.
different.
Boudin's. One was one from Wisconsin, and they sang "If I Could Hold You Tonight," but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about drugstores.
Oh, the Boudin's. If I can hold you tonight, I would never let go.
Not bad. You actually stayed on key. So, what was your favorite?
Oh, thank you.
Other than Rexall? Was it Rexall? Were you a Rexall family, or were you a Dabs?
Was there a Key Pharmacy? Endler's?
That was another one. But
my sister worked at Musket and Henriksen. So.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
That was kitty corner from Tannenbaum Hardware Store on Main and Crawford.
Right.
Hey.
That was. I think that I don't remember if that was after or before the Old Orchard Theater. You know.
It was right around the invention of the washboard abs and Kevin Vanderhagen. I say with gritted teeth.
Yes.
Anyway, so I was a Dabs guy growing up, but then we quickly transferred to Rexall. A lot of funny family stories about Rexall. The one that was my mom trying to stop a car like Lou Ferrigno from rolling backwards because it was at a ramp. Who built a parking lot with a ramp?
Was that the 76 Buick Electra?
Oh man.
Buick LeSabre, very good.
Buick LeSabre.
It was actually a
76 Buick LeSabre. I mean, that the front end could have been parked at Rexall, and the back end would have been like at McCormick.
That was GM's finest last year.
The longest car ever.
That was the last year of the full-size, real full-size body cars from GM.
Yeah, that was certainly full size for sure.
Keychain was a freaking anchor. Okay, so that should have let you know when you were driving a boat. Anyway, so what was your favorite? What was your drugstore of choice, Todd? Did you have?
It reminds me the drugstore of choice was. It's not very exciting, but it was Walgreens in Old Orchard because back in the day, my dad would take me and my brother there, and my mom was at home, and he'd say, "Okay, go pick out a candy bar. Don't tell your mother." And we go sit in the car, eat all our candy bars. So I've got some fond memories of that.
Did you get Butterfinger, Zagnut, or maybe you got what?
Do you remember 7-Up? There was a candy bar called the 7-Ups. It was 7 actual small segments or pieces of different candy, and the whole bar was covered in chocolate.
I don't remember.
It was a favorite of mine. I have some bad memories too. I don't know if I ever told you about the time I got electrocuted handling the tube tester.
No.
And yeah, they still had these big tube testers. I remember walking up to it,
Was it
and
1.21 gigawatts?
it was more than 1.21 gigawatts.
1.21 gigawatts!
Mouth.
1.21 gigawatts!
Who goes to Walgreens to test their tubes? You go to Polk Brothers for that.
Well, when you didn't want to go to Polk Brothers and it gets sold on a TV, you go to Walgreens. So I pick up this cable, this device, and I go to turn the dial, and I'm holding this device in my hand. All of a sudden, I thought somebody grabbed my arm. I turn around like, let go. And I turn around, nobody's there, and I realized I was getting electrocuted. So I'm like, help. And I turned the dial off. I figured out to turn the dial off. My dad and I wandered away, so nobody was around me when I decided to do that. But still, even though I got electrocuted, it was my favorite drugstore. It was a different Walgreens than today.
Rexall was awesome because they had caramel and cream ice cream. I don't remember what brand it was. I just remember we would get caramel and cream ice cream at Rexall, and I thought it rocked. And also sort of the chocolate bar, it was like the Chocolite was the 70s chocolate. It was a 70s chocolate bar.
The effervescent chocolate with the bubbles inside.
Yeah, that to me is like the quintessential like 70s Rexall like candy purchase right there.
I would just actually take instead of the ice cream and that candy bar, I would just take a pint of nougat because I wasn't really quite sure. I just liked the sound of it, and it had to be the thing that made Milky Ways taste good because what was in a Milky Way?
Did they have Spumoni ice cream? Neapolitan? I always confused the two.
Just checking to see if the train just pulled out. Anyway.
Yeah, you gotta.
Your attention, the train will be leaving shortly.
Washington store. Stop in Washington.
Remember when you couldn't understand anything, or you get the guys.
No, stop in the mountain. Please stay away from the doors.
The guys that actually thought they were like the cool DJs, like, hey, welcome aboard, Washington will be the next stop. How you doing, everybody? Good morning. You had those guys, and then you had the Bryn Mawr.
I didn't know how to do the click sound in between turning the microphone off until I met Dave Allen, who also tried to teach me the numbering system.
That's right.
Next stop is Jarvis.
I love the echo. Todd with the echo is the coolest thing ever. Can you give me a US 30 drag strip commercial?
US 30 drag strip, where the great ones ride.
Thank you.
Okay,
Speaking of Polk Brothers, my grandfather actually worked at Polk Brothers later in his life.
Did he?
Selling vacuum cleaners.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We didn't have to buy any vacuum cleaners because my dad in 1941 invested in a Kirby, which they had for my entire life. And it not only did it vacuum, but you can turn it into a grinder. You could also polish things on it. It had attachments.
And Kirby. And when the cord went, did he rewire it?
Every time. If it got anything happen electrically, he took it apart, put it back together with only one or two spare pieces.
Kirby, it's not a vacuum. It's an heirloom.
Was it the same grinder? It was the same grinder that he ground the coffee beans with?
No, but I do have one of those for next show.
Oh, I've got one too.
Next question. I'll start with Dave this time.
Oh boy.
Where did you go to get your hot dog? Families go to get the hot dogs.
The hut.
Hut?
Yeah, it was a straight shot right down Kilpatrick to me to go to the hut and Oakton Pool, like literally out my door and straight down the street. So it was like that's where we went.
The hut's still open, right?
Space Invaders was inside. I had my Mag Scrambler stolen there. It was terrible. I was very sad. It was very sad when that happened.
There were a lot of bicycles stolen on Oakton. My brother had his bike stolen, and his brand new bike he got for his bat mitzvah 2 weeks later was stolen in front of Skokie.
When did he have the sex change operation to have a bot?
Yeah, how did I miss that part too? I'm confused.
He's from me now, so it's all good.
Which part?
He said
He said bat mitzvah after.
Oh, I didn't even catch myself. Bar mitzvah, excuse me.
He would have said bas mitzvah.
Listen, it's not wrong. It's fine. This is 2020. We're okay with that.
It's gender neutral mitzvah.
Fluid
mitzvah.
Right.
not non-binary.
Yeah, so the hut all day long. The occasional poochies mixed in as well.
Oh, pooches for sure. Okay,
Yeah.
Todd, you're up. I'm going to give you mine because I think you all know where I'm going with this.
We may be similar because of I was saying this earlier, the west side of Skokie, just where we were growing up north of Lawler, north of Old Orchard Road. So it was Romy's.
Here's
What?
60076.
Yeah, 60076 originally, but then 6077. We would go to Romy's and then Bumpkins, which became Bumpkins, I should say.
So Romy's was, you go there and you price shop or something, or you would just go and
No, we didn't.
could you beat this price?
Well, you know,
the street said it would be $2.99.
Bumpkin says we will not be undersold. we will match any hot dog as long as it's kosher style.
What about Irving's?
Irving's was sort of the second level go-to. I thought of. I wasn't enamored with Irving's.
Irving's, Mages, I forget which one it was. They were both at one point.
It was Irving's first, and then it was Mages, right? I think.
Well,
All I remember is Bumpkins for $10. You get 8 dogs and a big bag of greasy, crunchy fries. Bring it home.
All right, hold on. It's your turn. You haven't gone yet.
oh, absolutely, Romy's. Romy's by far right down Lawler, right?
And tell us who that stood for again. The Romies was a contraction.
Rana and Mike. It was a mashup before there were mashups. You know, this was Rana and Mike, and then they turned into Bumpkins, and now guess what they're called?
I think it's an Asian tea place.
It's like a
right?
bubble tea place, isn't it?
Or bubble tea.
T-Rex, TEA-Rex. And,
T-Rex.
and your name is still in the bathroom up there on the wall.
My name is still there. Is my mood ring there too?
Your Orchard
I got a mood ring.
number.
Orchard 78297.
More importantly, where did you go for roasted chicken?
Only one place I know we all. It's Wesley's.
Yeah, that's it. The only place to go for roasted chicken.
And you know, when it was Record City after that, you could get the Asia LP, and they threw in a free roasted chicken they still had in the back. It was a good deal.
Oh man, but you know what? I was bummed when Record City moved, though.
Right.
They moved from Oakton to Dempster, or was it Dempster to Oakton?
No, it was Oakton to Dempster.
And then what happened?
Uh,
Where they moved from Dempster? Was that their demise?
I think that was it.
I think the invention of the oven grinder from Eastern Styles happened, and then I was totally not into records anymore. I was into calories, so I made the direct shift over to Eastern Style
Oh, Eastern Style was so good.
in a bag, a wax bag. What kind of a container is that for a piping hot pizza that they called? What a cruel! Did it have a disc on the bottom?
Was that with the carton of RC, the free carton of RC Cola?
Always the RC, absolutely.
1 liter. They were breaking ground by giving 1 liter away. God forbid they should give 2 liters.
I think the video stop in Skokie gave more free drinks than Eastern Style.
They did?
Didn't they? The video stop? Was it?
I don't
I
remember
think you
that.
got a free drink with 2 beta rentals.
I don't know because I went to Mark Weiner's because he had the VCR and they had all the soda you could ever want. So I didn't have.
Is that train ever leaving?
No, it's parked until I give it the go ahead.
Do you remember at Mark Weiner's house they had the panic button under the sink in the kitchen? I accidentally set off the alarm twice.
I remember that. I just don't remember. I remember like being not allowed near it. I just remember I was told not to go near it, so I was scared.
That was because of me. It wasn't intentional.
You're the guy? Right. There's your text. Your text.
Don't touch this button, Todd. This means you.
Well, you don't put a doorbell button as a panic switch on an alarm
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
under the sink.
Where it says free ice cream if you push button.
Yes. Free Napoleon ice cream from Rexall.
Oh, way to bring it back around.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice.
So did
You
we
know,
go to, okay, we did the hot dogs. Everyone did it. I ate at the hut, but it was only because I was trying to steal bikes and I knew there were easy marks over there. I
you probably stole my bike, is what you're trying to say.
think I was probably that guy. If not, it was probably Steve Athanas or Felix Lenza. It was the three of us that were going around. First,
Stealing bikes. And what were you doing? Like taking them to the chop shop and see what you could get for them?
There's a chop shop on Howard and Asbury.
It's like, hey, quick. Yeah. Come on in, kid. What do you got?
bike, you go down to Chick Evans right now.
I got 2 Stingrays for you and an orange crate. What's that worth?
Stingrays. I had the Stingray. I had one of those with the thumb thing and the fastback with the racing slick on the back. I think it was awesome.
I had the knockoff of the Stingray by AMF Voigt. It was I think it was orange
It's cream.
with the orange tufted banana seat. The bike was just way too big.
And a gear shifter. And
Oh yeah.
Orange crate.
Cool, your answer. If you want to find your bike, at least the frame, go to Chick Evans next to like 10,000 golf balls from all the slices at the bottom of that little river. That's where your bike is. That's where we probably ditched it. We were deviants.
Damn it.
All right, oh yeah, Mag Scrambler. I'll find one for you.
Son of a bitch.
I like my Mag Scrambler, although it sucked for doing jumps.
What was the Max Scrambler? I'm thinking of the Schwinn.
You wanted the alloy. You wanted like the mongoose with the alloys of the snake bellies tires, right? Like the Mag Scrambler was like fucking trying to jump with that fucking Buick LeSabre that you were talking about.
I was gonna say
It was like a tank that weighed like 500 pounds. There's no way you could get any air with that thing.
you need Vanderhagen's abs to do a
No, it wouldn't matter. Dude. I'm telling you, dude, that thing is
Hey,
like
Evil Knievel had a heavy bike back
you
in
go up the ramp and it's like, like forget about it. No chance.
3 feet. You have to check the tire pressure.
God.
My Mag Scrambler is scrambling my tires.
Yeah. No,
All right.
no, it was terrible.
So we have 2 Niles North Vikings and 1 Niles West. I don't know what they call themselves now.
Apparently now they're the Wolves, but we were the Indians.
You were the Indians, then the Wolves, and then the Rosebuds, I believe. Or is it still the Wolves?
I think it's the Wolves. I would have been a Niles East guy though, really.
That's true. A Spartan.
Yeah,
I had I took my driver's ed with Scruggs in summer of '82. We rode our bikes down Grosse Pointe Road to Niles West.
Are you trying to? You're turning yourself into a song, like an '80s pop song.
Rode my bike to Niles West.
It's either a Seeger song or maybe a Mellencamp song.
It's a Mellencamp song.
Yeah.
But it's actually in his John Cougar days.
I got my.
Yeah, right. Sorry, you're right. Sorry, Johnny Cougar.
Johnny Cougar.
Johnny Cougar. All right, so why don't we wrap up with one more topic, a surprise topic.
Chet Kopic, is that what you said?
Topic
Chet Kopic.
with the lobotomy line on sports. No, I was going to ask you,
Chet.
since we're all Skokie kids, and I think 99.8% of Skokie kids were Jewish, at least in my world they were, except for the Jignishes and Patels down the street. They were cool.
Nishit.
Nish
Patel was your neighbor?
Nishit, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
remember Nishit was in our year.
That's a fun name. So I want to know where y'all went to Hebrew school and what's your favorite memory of Hebrew school. Other ditching Hebrew school.
I just had this conversation today. Someone asked me about this. We were not actual members of a congregation, but my brother and I went to Hebrew school. There was a rabbi, Dov Schwartz, who owned a daycare center on Main Street. He had a Hebrew school and a Sunday school on the side. So we went there, and then we were actually bar mitzvahed. It was like a reciprocal agreement with Mikdash El Hagro Temple in Evanston, and then that was my brother's, and then mine was somewhere in Des Plaines. My favorite memory is when I was sick. I threw up on the floor, Sunday school, and the teacher made me clean it up.
Oh, with those little brown paper towels.
Oh God.
Oh, no, it was a sponge. And to this day, I can't stand the smell of burning leaves because there were burning leaves outside on the way to school, and it just wasn't feeling right. Oh, I probably threw up like 11 times that day.
My favorite memory was puking and getting aversion to burning leaves. How about
It's my most searing memory.
I hated getting branded in the parking lot at Beleamuna by Mike McNary and Brad. Come here, kid.
That's a favorite memory. I like that.
You can go next. Go ahead.
I'm gonna wait. I'll hold out. Tell me your favorite memory of
Well,
where Hebrew school.
I was, see, because I was, I went to B'nai Yemmuna because my dad had done,
Tuck pointing work there.
yeah, Chuck Money work. He did the choir, the high holiday choir, and
Right.
so part of that was I went there, and it was weird because it was like I was an outsider kid, really, because I was on the other side of Skokie, you know.
Oh, The Outsiders, great movie, 1983.
Yeah, exactly. And so, my favorite memory for sure was the music class with Arnold Miller and his charts that were in his accordion. They were just awesome. There's nothing better than that. That was my favorite memory.
Wow. I don't know if I could top the flip charts of Arnold, but I can. Let's see. I went to B'nai Yemmuna as well, and probably my favorite thing was actually later in life, and I'm coming clean right before Yom Kippur. On Yom Kippur, I think I stole the Chazan's tape of all of his. Hold on a second. I may even have it right here. I had the set, literally, Chazan Dardashti's, all the tunes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got them still on a cassette tape, and I stole it on either Rosh Hashanah or right before Yom Kippur, broke into his office and stole it. So I'm just telling you, not only did I steal Max Scramblers, but I stole on Yom Kippur. I think the only thing
You still have the tape, don't you?
I still have the tape.
I think he still has the master tape. It was on reel to reel.
In fairness, I'm going to say this about Dardashti. And I'm going to, again, we're between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and I'm going to say something that's terrible, but he deserved it.
He did deserve it. That's why I did it.
He deserves it. He's kind of an asshole. That's, I'm just being honest.
So I got two really classic things to show you. Not only do I have, let me turn off my background because the Skokie Swift
It's left.
It's left. Let's go to none. But you got to take a close look at this guy.
Hazan Howard.
Adon Olam Asher Malach.
Oh my God, hilarious.
1964.
But what you don't also know is I also stole Bob Allen's Yom Kippur Day training tape. Oh yeah,
that's just a recording of the choir, right?
Right here between this and this.
If you act now, you can get these two for $9.95.
You can also get this at the Bunny Hutch still. I'll just have you know.
But wait, don't answer yet because we'll also put this diamond jade pendant absolutely free.
Do you see what my finger's pointing at? You know who that guy is?
But if you get just one diamond jade pendant.
Well,
throw in three more.
I always wanted a diamond jade pendant. I didn't know what it was. I just thought it sounded cool.
I'm just going to get – can you see what's back there? That's my bar mitzvah.
It's a bar mitzvah photo.
My bar mitzvah photo at B'nai Yemmuna. So I guess really, truthfully, my favorite memory was my bar mitzvah. 103.5 fever, got stung by a bee. Todd left my bar mitzvah early, and he left the show early.
Where's Todd?
What are you going to get?
Oh, I got a picture of my mom with me at my bar mitzvah.
Oliver Shalom.
Yes.
I don't have a picture of my bar mitzvah.
I was at Todd's bar mitzvah, and I watched Steve Peck get carted away in an ambulance. We'll talk about that in the next show because
I forgot that did happen, didn't it?
He had a malrotated something inside him. He had
his intestines were reversed or something like that. I found out
where they flip around. So clearly, Steve is malaligned, but we'll get to that.
I often reverse my intestines.
I do it. I do it every Yom Kippur. And then I come home and everyone's eating except for the guy that fasted. And I'm sitting there going like,
That's always my favorite. We could talk about that next time too.
all right, so
Just in reversal.
with a carry closeout of our first Skidz.
Here now are the totals. For
Hey, how is Skokie spelled backwards?
you know, I gotta tell you, this was absolutely terrible.
You know, my name backwards is Yari Chmail Levi Levish.
No, speaking of, we're in the holidays right now.
Dot
I
Guisenesser.
always loved hearing, like, you know, on a Rosh Hashanah day, hello again, everybody. Steve is off for the Jewish holiday.
That's awesome. The Jewish.
Yeah.
Let's talk. What do you guys call that season? What do you call it? When you think about those, how Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, forget about Sukkot and all that. So what do you call that, Tom?
The month of Ramadan.
Perfect. Dave, what do you call
Otherwise, the high holidays.
it?
Yeah, the high holidays. Even though the high holy days.
High holy days.
Yeah, I just know one thing. I was not allowed to stick around for Yisker. When my
Oh,
get out!
even in like singing like in the choir, like I got the same thing. It's like, oh yeah, get the fuck out.
Yeah, get the hell out, man. All right, so here we have
Get out of here.
very first Skidz.
All right, I like it.
So we'll see what we can do in post to make this even funnier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we throw in some theme music at the beginning?